people, they followed him. Because he has to show to others that he didn't bring it and keep it and take it back. He didn't bring anything, he took it from inside. So he said, don't come inside the cave. We don't know how big it is, be outside. And what it contains, we do not know. So you all remain outside, I am coming back. He went inside and saw the child playing with his Samantak money. With his right hand, he just took it. The child began to shout, "Wee!" That's all. If somebody takes away the plaything, how the child will react. And it's a bad child. So it is not a simple thing, it's a bad child. Then, from inside, Jambon came outside. Hey, who is it that taking away the money from my grandson's hand? And he gave one kushti, they began to play kushti with each other. And Bhagavan's one boxing, he just fell down. No doubt, he was still conscious. He said, nobody on earth can make me fall down except my boss, Sri Ram, Lord Narayan. Nobody else can. So he just falls at him. Namami Tvam Adi Purusham. You are the Adi Purusha. You are Narayana. You are my boss, Krishna, Ram. So he just... And then he says, what service I can do? You can give me back that money. That's why I have come. By all means. I would like to give you one Kanyaratnam, another money. I got a daughter called Jambavati. At this age of 10,000, 20,000 years, how can he have a daughter? What happened was, they are all not in Bhagavat. The Gopikas, after Krishna left, some of them became mad by his separation. They couldn't bear. So one of them wanted to leave her life. She went up the hill, and from there, several thousands of kilometers, she was falling down. She rolled herself and she was falling down. And falling down at that time, by chance, Jambavan was going by the side. She just fell into the hands of Jambavan. But by the shock, she has forgotten who she was. Who are you? I do not know. And where from you are coming? I do not know. So he took her to his house and he gave her the name Jambavati. Now he said, Krishna, I am giving you my daughter Jambavati, so that Gopi ultimately got her desire. Because she didn't have Krishna, Krishna went away. She went to commit suicide. She escaped suicide. But finally she came back to Krishna. That's what she wanted. But she's not aware of it. Because she has lost her memory. That's there. And then he came out. And by this time the people were worried. Because a number of days have passed. Krishna has not come. Then they began to worship Mahamaya, Bhagavati. Hey Bhagavati, may our Krishna come back quickly. We are all worried about him. Please let nothing happen, no mishap should have taken place. And Upatastur Mahamayam Durgam Krishna Avalabdhe. For getting Krishna back, she worshipped Devi, Bhagavati. Then, Pradarbhava Siddhartha Sadaro Hashen Hari. Then, Lord Krishna came out, not alone, with another wife, Jambavati. He came along with her. This is number 2. And he called Satyajit, they were all the people, they are all witnesses. Hey, you scandalized me everywhere that Krishna is the thief, he has taken away mine. It was your brother. You see, his body is still lying there. And it reached the hands of a bear. I just went there with my bare hands I fought. With that bare hand I brought. Yeah. Wife also, Jambavati. Then, when he came and told Satyajit was ashamed that he has made this unnecessarily scandalized Krishna. To make up for it, he said, Krishna, I did a great mistake, but I will not give you my daughter in marriage. I got a daughter called Satyabhama, so I am going to give her in marriage. So he got number 3, Satyabhama. So he married Satyabhama. They are all the Ashtamashis, the 8 principal queens. Tam Satyabhamam Bhagavan Upayeme Yadavidhi. Even though he gave her, he went home, called the priest. According to the Shastras, the entire marriage was celebrated as per the scriptures. Then the marriage took place, and now there is a further story about that money. Now the money was with Satyajit. 2 or 3 people wanted it. One was Akrura, the one who took Krishna to Kamsa, and the one who was telling, oh, he is God himself, he is God himself, he is God himself. And now he is working against Krishna, and he asked somebody else, another king, see, look here, you and I were promised by him that he will give Satyabhama in marriage to us. And now he has forgotten it, he has given it to Krishna. Don't leave it. You go and kill that fellow Satyajit and bring that money. And we will all support you from outside. So, that Shatajanva, he goes, kills him and brings that. When Krishna knew, Krishna went with his entire troops and fights with Shatajanva. Shatajanva, when he knew that he is going to be defeated, he calls Akrura. No, you take it and run away, because this Krishna will come after you also. You run away, and then this Shatajanva is killed by Krishna. After killing, he found the money was not there with him. Now he didn't know where it is. Then people were telling him that Akrura has left his profession with Kamsa. He has retired to Kashi. And the other news was, somebody told him, in Kashi, originally there is a lot of famine, but now suddenly all the famine has left, it has become rich. Then Krishna said, this Akrura has gone to there, and all these things have happened, that means the money is with him. Then he said so to Akrura, I am not going to do any harm to you. You please come, I want to discuss with you. Akrura comes to Krishna again, he does not disobey. He comes. Then Krishna says, you see, Kintu mamagraj samyag na pratyeti manim prati. See, look here. My brother always suspects me. Whenever it gets lost, he thinks I have stolen it. So my elder brother Balarama, he has to be convinced. You just bring the money and show it to Balarama and you take it back. I don't want it. You just do this much. Well, he did accordingly and he went away. See, even a person who is gone to a high level and completely he is with God. See, at least we are not aware of the God being with us. But there he was aware that God himself is there in the form of Krishna and Balarama. He made so much of stotras. He had already seen this miracle where under the water he sees them and again he looks up and sees them in the chariot and all that. All these things proved that they were gods. He knew, but with all that, he slips. He treats him like an ordinary man. He just shows and takes his money and goes away. If you are really fully dedicated to Krishna, he would have told Krishna, what can I give you? Come on, you take this money and let me leave. No. See that temptation of the world is greater than Krishna. That's what happens to all of us. However much we may reach, suddenly when a temptation of the world comes, we are unable to resist it. We fall a prey, we fall a victim. And, well, we submit to that temptation. That's what happens. So that is what we learn from here. A man like Akrura, he is not prepared to sacrifice anything for Krishna. He is not prepared to give. After all, the money is not his. It is somebody else's. But even that, there is a temptation he wants to give because he was the one who induced that Shatadarba, go and get it. Kill him. So, it is just like, we say, दूसरे के कंधे से ये गन चलाना. That's why he made the other man responsible. You put the gun on somebody's shoulder and then you draw the trigger. It is just like that he did. So unless we have his grace at all times, however much we may do the sadhana, it will be impossible to be there. That is why it is not enough if you have reached some stage. Oh, I am now getting into samadhi state. There should be nishtha. Nishtha means nitaram sthiyate iti nishtha. That is absolutely to stand in that and never to move away from that. To get firmly established, that is called a nishtha. So it is not enough if we once go into samadhi state or we get once the sakshatkar of the Lord, but a nishtha is necessary. Be there and see it every day. It is not enough if you saw it 1 day, 2 days, 3 days. It has to be a permanent thing with you. So that permanent establishment of that state, unless it comes, we may slip on any day. We may slip on any day. Thus, there is the story of Samantakmani, and here, one day, Krishna and Arjuna were going for a walk, and then they found a young girl doing tapasya. They went and asked, "Oh, young girl, you are still young. I am sure you are not doing tapasya for moksha at this age. So please tell us, what for are you doing this penance?" The lady said, "My name is Kalinti. I am the daughter of the sun. I am also called Yamuna. In another form, I am a river, but I am the goddess in charge. I want Krishna as my husband. Only for that purpose, I am doing my penance." Krishna said, "Okay, come along, we will get married. I am Krishna." So he took her away and she was married to him. And now, he goes and she had several aunts. Father, sister, there were too many. Not only Kunti. There is one Rajadi Devi. She had a daughter called Mitravidya. She had always an eye for Krishna. Then he said, "Aunt, I will marry her also." So he married that Mitravidya. After getting that Mitravidya, there is a king called Nagrajit. He had a beautiful daughter called Satya. Not Satyabhama. Satyabhama is over. Satya. But so many kings, so many princes were after her. She had kept here Sharat. He has kept a condition. That is, he had with him 7 big bullets, which cannot be, not one of them can be controlled by a man, not 7 at the same time. He said, all these 7 one has to fight with, and the man who controls them, he will give his daughter to him. So many people came and they died in that fight with the bull, in the bullfight. Nobody was able to. Then Krishna, when he heard of it, he straight went, O Satyajit, Narendra Yasya Kavir Vigarhita. Normally to go and beg from somebody, it is not correct. All the great wise men have told, this is bad, this is bad. Do not go and ask anything from anybody. So Kavir Vigarhita, by the wise men, it has been condemned. And you are in your dharma, I know it. Still, I want to keep friendship with you. I don't want to fight you. Kanyam tadiyam nahi jurkada vayam. So please, give your daughter Satya to me. He said, I am sorry, Krishna. I have already made a promise that the man who controls all these 7 bullocks together, he alone is entitled from my daughter's hand. Krishna said, okay, come on, show me where they are. And he left them in a big area. All the 7 are there. And they have been kept purposely half-starved. They are all waiting with anger. And he was put inside, he came out. Inside, he took 7 forms. And with each, he fought and he killed them. He came out, hey, open the door. Open the door. He saw all the 7. Then he gave his daughter Satya also to him. Then she had another aunt called Shrutakirti. And she had a daughter called Bhadra. She had also an eye for Krishna. So he went and asked his aunt, Aunt, Bhadra wants me and I want Bhadra. Okay, marry her. So he married Bhadra also. Then he heard that the king of Madras, Madradipati, he had a daughter called Lakshmana. See, he had everybody, he wanted South Indian also. And that too a Tamilian. So he went and asked her. Madradipati, he gave her. There is in a Swayamvara. He said, I am having a Swayamvara. Swayamvara means he knows what to do. He will put a Maya, nobody can go, he will go, and she will put the mala, and he will take her. That's all. Nobody can do anything. That's all. All Akka Bilan. Lord Krishna. All the Gundas, they worship Krishna only. Then, now by this time, there is another great demon who was troubling the entire world. That demon was called Bhaumasura. Why was he called Bhaumasura? Because he was the son of Bhumi. Bhumi was his mother. The earth was his mother. And his another name was Narkasura. It was like hell to be with him. So he was called Bhaumasura. He had defeated several thousands of kings and put them all in the jail. And most of them had lovely daughters. So 60,000 daughters of various kings, he put them in another jail. And he was in Assam. That place was called Pragjyotishapura. That was in Assam. That was in Assam. So, all the kings came and told him this is what is happening. Every month he comes and takes away a few kings. So what can we do? Please save us from that demon. Krishna said, okay. He started accompanied by one wife, Satyabhama. Satyabhama was a very good warrior. He goes along with her. Both of them fight together and they kill the Bhaumasura. They take his head away and yet stolen the beautiful kundala, diamond kundal earrings from Indra. Now that had gotten back, he took them away and sent them, come on, go and give it to the mother of Indra, that is Aditi. So it was given there again. Then, now that he is dead, then Bhumi Devi brings the son of that boy, a small boy. She takes him in her hand, comes before Krishna. Krishna, please give abhaya to this child. Place your hand of blessings on this child. Let this child rule this place. Let him not be a demon. Let him be a divine person. The Lord blesses the child. He says, come on, let him be the king. Anoint him as the king. Then he goes inside the jails, releases all the kings. He goes inside the other jail. When he goes inside, and all the 60,000 cried, Krishna, we want you, Krishna, we want you, we want to marry you. But how many are you? 60,000, yesterday only we took the attendance register. My God, 60,000? Okay, he said. Now, he took them to Dwaraka and married. If every day he has to marry one, then it will take more than 5 years to marry 60,000. He will only marry, he cannot look after his other affairs. So, God prepared Nana Gareshu. Many houses he prepared. Each house for one of the wives. 60,000 at 60,000 houses. He called several priests, 60,000 priests, plus Upa, the Purohits. There were also other Purohits. But after all, you can't conduct a marriage with only one priest. So he got so many. And at the same time, he married all of them. He took 60,000 forms and he married them all. Yathopayo me bhagavani tapadrupadharubhyeha muhurta ekasminni nanagarishuta striyat yeki muhurta. There was only one muhurta, and in that muhurta, all of them were married to him. So, thus, Bhagavan had got 8 principal queens and 60,000 upa queens, or you call them extras. Whatever it is, I don't know the language. Only the cinema language came to me. And here, see the beauty. All the 60,000 were there, and he was going to the mall. And they tried their level best to tempt the Lord. Maya avaloka labadarshita bhavahari brahmandala prayita saurada mantra shondaihi. See, with their eyes they are showing their bhava by putting it in various ways. Said Krishna should be absolutely deluded. He should come at the illusion, yes, these are my real wives, I cannot leave them. All the bhavas they were showing out to their eyes. Then, Brahmandala Prahita Saurata Antrashondaihi, they were doing like this and all that. And from this then, when they did like this, they were sending Manmata, the god of love, from that. He was straight coming at him to Krishna. Krishna laughed. Pastyasya Shodasahasra Manangavani Manmata joined with them, the Lord of Love, and he helped them. And with all their various methods of trying to tempt the Lord remained a witness. Nothing could shake him. That's the stage every one of us should reach. That's all. Yasyandriyam vimathitum karnairna sheku. They were not able to churn the heart of the Lord Krishna with all that, using all their indriyas, this portion, eyes, everything. They tried. But Krishna was laughing. Oh, this much only. You can't do more. And what will they do? So thus, nobody could. So all these things, these are not glory to God. God always is so. All of them are His srishti only. But the idea is, see, if God could remind 60,000 streets, 60,000 ladies are 60,000 temptations of the world. The world contains so many what 60,000 may go to lakhs even. But the more prominent ones can be 60,000 perhaps. And the moment you see one, you are completely gone. You can't come back. And seeing people at the age of 50s, they have abandoned their wife, they have abandoned the 3 girl children, and they are living with somebody else. This happened in Delhi. That lady came and wept before me. So, well, that prarabdha is like this. What can I do? That's there. And now, the next portion is, we have seen the story of Pradyumna, his son. Now we are going to see a story of his grandson, Aniruddha. There was an asura in those days known as Banasura. Banasura was the Bana Putta Shadajeshto Bale Rasin Mahatmana. You have heard of Bali Chakravarti. He had 100 sons. The eldest of them was called Banasura. Banasura was a great Shiva Bhakta. He worshipped Shiva like anything. By penance from God he got 10,000 hands. With 10,000 hands, he can fight with the big troops. He can. So he got it. And one day, he went to Lord Shiva, did complete prostration, and he said, Bhagavan, you have given me these 10,000 hands. They are all itching to fight with somebody. Nobody is prepared to fight with me. There are 7 big elephants which are bearing the all east, west, north, south and all these directions, 8 directions. There are 8 Gajas, as they are called. When I go near them, they run away. They are also afraid. So Lord, you can only fight with me. Can you help me and fight with me? He said, Rascal, now you are getting arrogant. Yes, the day will come when your flag will be completely torn and it will fall down. On that day you will meet your equal who will kill you. You can fight with him and he will kill you. And he is equal to me. It is not Narayana. He tells him, that's all. He refuses to fight with him. But he is helping him because Bana has done such a tapasya. So he is helping him, no doubt. He is with him at all times and helping him. He had a daughter, a beautiful daughter called Usha. Even today, I think you know that place. There is a place called Ukhimat. in the north, near the Himalayas. There is a place you find inside the big Yajna Yagvedi, where they have done the yagas for marriage. The marriage between Aniruddha and Usha was done there, they say. So for them alone, there is a separate place, it's called Ukhimat. I go on there also. Usha was kept inside great security because she's a marriageable girl, so nobody should come and take her away. So troops were guarding the entire area. She cannot come out. All her, a lot of servants were there, girl servants, they were there to help her. And her principal friend was called Chitralekha. She was a yogini, she had some mystic powers, yogic powers. One night, Usha had a beautiful dream. Early morning, when she got up, she said, "Where is he? Where is he?" Chitralekha asked her, "Where is who? Whom did you see in your dream?" She said, oh my Lord, what a dream, what a dream. I saw a young prince. All the beauty of the world was concentrated on him. I would like to see him. I would like to play with him. I would like to be with him. Usha said, "What are you talking? Will your father allow all these things?" Anyway, first of all, we should know who that fellow is, whom you saw. So she was very good in drawing pictures. So all the princes of the day, she was just putting an outline. Is he the fellow? No. Is he the fellow? No. Then finally, she showed in Krishna, she just saw, it's not he, but almost like him. Then she put the picture of Aniruddha, the grandson of Krishna. She said, he only. Chaitanya said, "Don't worry." That night, because of her yogic powers, she went all the way to Dwarka. And Aniruddha was sleeping. Along with his cot in her hand, she brought him here. She brought him into the Usha's room. Usha was highly happy. When he got up also, he was also highly happy. They didn't know how the days passed. They were eating because the Sakhis will bring, she is not to go to the dining hall. So everything was brought. So both of them were drinking, were eating, and morning to night they will be talking. And thus they were spending their days. How long it can remain undetected? So some of the troops are hearing sometimes some noise, somebody talking. All the people are here outside. How can she talk with somebody? When it happened for 2-3 nights together, they went to Paramacharya and told him, "We suspect something, sir." "Sorry?" "We are hearing some noise inside." Suddenly Paramacharya uncovered his sword and went inside. And he found Usha and that Aniruddha sitting together. He was very angry. And Aniruddha was not sleeping alone. He was having his gada in his hand. So that was also brought here. So with his gada he began to fight with Bana. Then by that time all his troops came and overpowered this fellow and put him in jail. Now, Krishna had 60,000 wives and so many children out of 60,000. Even if we say 2 each, it would have been 1,20,000. And nobody can see whether all of them are coming for khana, for meals or not. No attendance register was kept. So, even though Aniruddha was absent for several months, nobody noticed. How to notice out of 1 lakh if one fellow doesn't come? So nobody noticed. Then finally, Narado Kalaha Priya. So Narada is there. He always tries to put two people against each other. He went and told him, what, Krishna? You don't take attendance register of your sons and grandsons? This fellow is missing for so many months. He is in the jail of Banasura. Huh? Is it so? Come on, hey, come on, let us have all the troops. So he took all the troops and he goes there and fights with Banasura. And he fights with Banasura. Chicheda Bhagavan Bahunim Shakayam Vanaspati. Just as somebody cutting the branches of trees. He went on cutting one after another 10,000 hands. But he didn't complete. 4 were left. At that time, Shiva comes and bows to Krishna. Krishna, enough. You have taught him a lesson, you have taken away all, only this is left. Please, he is my favorite, so please don't kill him and leave him with these 4 hands. Ayam ameshto daido navritti maya bhayam dattamaushadeva. I have told him, you need not fear anything. I am here. So I have already given words, so please keep my word. Ayam ameshta, he is my favorite. Daita, not my favorite alone, he is my beloved. I like him a lot. Anuvarti is my follower. Who is the follower? By keeping him, you will follow here. He is a follower. That's all. So that's what has happened. He has to come down and he has to beg. This is falling lower. This is what has happened. She says, yes. Not only you are asking, Prahladaya Paramatattam Navadhyo Etavanvayam Darpova Shamanaya Se Priyukna Bhagavomayam. His grandfather Prahlada, by his grandfather, rather, his father's grandfather. I have already given you word that in your race nobody will be killed. In your son, your grandson's son, nobody will be killed by me. I have given him. So I cannot kill this fellow. So he cannot be killed. And only I wanted to suppress his ego, suppress his pride. And that's why I have taken away his hands. The rest 4 I will leave. That's there. Now, some days are over. Krishna was ruling. One day, all the boys, his grandsons and all that were playing somewhere, they all came running. Krishna, Krishna. Nobody calls him grandfather. All call him Krishna. Because if you call grandfather, you can't get your moksha. If you call Krishna, Krishna, you may get moksha. That's why. All of them call him Krishna, Krishna. So, Krishna, there's a big well there. There is no water. It's very big. And inside, there is a chameleon. It is so big. It is occupying the entire well. And it cannot come out. So we tried our best to take it out, but we couldn't. It is very heavy. So please come and see. Krishna went and saw. He put his hand and just took it out and put it out. And it turned into a king. He was in his previous birth, Nriga, a king. This king was highly generous. He was giving huge thousands and thousands of cows to various Brahmins. That is Vedic scholars. Brahmins means Vedic scholars. We have done a lot of research. We have done some penance to them. Once it so happened Two of the people who got from him, they were going along with their cows. They were going home. Suddenly one fellow came and told the other fellow, hey, this cow is mine. You had given it to me. It has somehow come from mine to there. So I want it back. He said, I don't know anything about it. It is there with me. The king has given me. I will keep it. Now he said, come on, let us go to the king. They went to the king. You give the justice. He couldn't say it. He first told him, please, you give away this cow to him. I will give you 1 lakh cows. No, I want this cow only. These scholars can be very, very inconvenient sometimes. We want this only. I don't want 1 lakh. Then he told the other man, don't worry, I'll give you 1 lakh. You leave this. I won't leave it, I want mine. So none of them was prepared to leave. He didn't know how to solve the issue. So he was telling sometimes this way, sometimes that way. He was unable to give a decision. A king unable to give a decision, it is a great defect in the king. It is a sin. He is not fit to be a king at all. Such a man. So both the Brahmins together give him a curse. As he was like a chameleon, not knowing whether to go this way or that way, he became a chameleon. So they became a chameleon. हिंदी में क्या कहते हैं उसको? गिरगिट. हाँ, गिरगिट. Yes, correct. So because of that he became, and then because Krishna himself had touched him, so he was somehow rid of his rupa, so he thanks him and goes away. Now another, see, it's all full of anecdotes now. We will stop with this. Then there's a king called Paundraka. From his childhood, he will dress like Krishna and he will have artificially made 2 further hands and he will stick them and he made a real discus and gave it chakra, and he made a gada and gave it in 1 hand, and he was like him. He sent a messenger to Krishna. Krishna, you are an impostor. The real Krishna, the real Vasudeva is me. Look here, I got the 4 hands. I got the Shankha, Chakra, everything. You don't try to imitate me. You immediately leave this Dwarka and go away somewhere. Dwarka is mine, I am coming to occupy it. Well, Krishna laughed. He says, why should I wait for you to come? I am going there. And old Kashi Raja, he joined forces with him. He brought his troops also. So both Kashi Raja and Paundraka, they were fighting. And the Paundraka, even when he came there, he came with his 4 hands and with his chakra. The chakra won't obey him. It will only remain there. If Krishna says this can destroy the 3 worlds even, but he sees nothing. Like child. So the Lord cuts off the heads of both Paundraka and Kashi Raja. The Paundraka's head was cut and people said, hi, hi. And Kashi Raja said, went and fell in Kashi, inside his house. Then his wife and other people, they saw, what is this? Oh my Lord, our husband. They began to wail and cry, but nothing could be done. Whoever is against the Lord, well, nothing can be done about them. So, with this Paundraka the impostor, so with the duplicate Krishna, today we stop. Hari Om. Swasti Prajanam, Swasti Prajam Peparipalintam, Rajenama, Jenamahim Mahisha, Go Brahmane, Vesibhamstintam, Loka Samasta, Siguro Bhavantu, Kale Vashatu Parjanya, Prithvi Sasacharani, Deshoyam Chomarita, Brahmana Sandunbhayaha, Sarve Bhavantu Sukhina, Sarve Santu Niramayaha, Sarve Bhadrani Pashyantu, Mahakaschit Dukhabhag Bhamit, Kayen Vacha Amarasendreva, Buddhyatmana Bhagavate Subhavat, Karom Yajna Sakaram Parasmai, Narayana Payami, Narayana, 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 Mitrashyam Maruna, Shanno Bhavatvaryama, Shanna Indra Brihaspati, Shanno Vishnarurukrama, Namo Brahmane, Namaste Vayu, Tvameva Pratyaksham Brahma Vadishyami, Ritam Vadishyami, Satyam Vadishyami, Tanmamavatu, Tadbhaktaram Avatu, Avatu Mam, Avatu Bhaktaram, Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Sadashiva Samarambham, Shankaracharya Madhyamam, Asmadacharya Paryantam, Vande Guru Paramparam, Sthapakaya Dharmasya, Sarvadharma Sarupine, Avatara Varishtaya, Ramakrishna Te Namaha, Bhaktavatsanya Janate, Paramananda Rupinam, Asmadacharya Rajasya, Prabandhasya Padambujam, Sarvamangalamangalyan, Shive Sarvartha Sadhiye, Sharanye Trambake Gauri, Narayani Namostute, Krishnaya Vasudevaya, Hare Paramatmane, Pranatakleshanashaya, Govindaya Namo Namaha, Apadamapahartaram, Dakaram Sarvasampadam, Lokabhiramam Sri Ramam, Bhuyo Bhuyo Namamyaham. As we have seen, Paundraka was an impostor. With the help of Kashiraja, he had the courage or daring to send a message to Krishna. You are an impostor, you leave Dwaraka and get out. This is mine. Then Krishna invades him and there is a fight and both Kashiraja and Paundraka are killed. Paundraka had a brother called Sudakshina. Sudakshina said, we cannot win over Krishna by fighting with arms and bows and arrows. We have to adopt some other tactics. So he performed in the Dakshinagni an Abhichara Yaga. See, in the Atharvaveda, there are methods by which others can be killed by invoking a ghost. See, unfortunately, in English, we have got the word only ghost for everything. Here, an ordinary ghost, which is of a soul which has either committed suicide or has got into an accident, there is different. And this is actually called a Tritya. This takes the form of a female with a terrific form. It comes and goes and simply he eats away the person concerned against whom it is sent. It is called a Kritya, but we have got no other term except a ghost. He sent that Kritya against Krishna. It went and Krishna just told his Sudarshan Chakra. He told his Sudarshan Chakra, you go and deal with it. Sudarshan Chakra goes burning like fire, and Kritya is unable to bear it. It goes back and eats away Sudarshana, the person who sent it. Is always the case in these Atharvaveda practices. If it is not able to execute the task given to it by eating away somebody, it goes back to the sender and it eats away the sender. That is what happens. A normal ghost cannot do all these things. So it is the effect of Kritya. We may wonder how a Veda, all the Vedas are meant for our progress in spirituality. So, how can there be a black magic in it? Some Veda consists of all beautiful white magic, and other Veda consists of all black magic. That black magic is because in the earlier days the devils were there, and wherever a fire sacrifice was being done, just as in the case of the Ramayana where Vishwamitra had to take the help of Rama and Lakshmana in order to guard his fire sacrifice. So, similarly, we have to protect ourselves of those people who are bringing impediments in the way of our concluding those fire sacrifices. So this was originally meant to take away those wicked people who are working against us. But as usual with us, we began to misuse it for various other purposes. It can definitely do that. It can definitely harm the other person, but finally, 100% the person who created these things or who performed these abhichara prayogas, they are called the black magic. Well, he has to suffer himself. There is a case in my father's day, he was of almost equal age. In Tanjore this happened. He wanted to kill his father-in-law. He had a severe difference of opinion with him, so he wanted to kill him. He was doing some abhichara prayoga, and at night 12 o'clock he had to take some lemon and put it in the river. The river was a few kilometers away. So he called my father to accompany him. My father refused. But then, within about a month's time or so, that father-in-law died. At the same time, within about other 2 years, this man fell seriously ill. At that time my father went to see him. He showed his tongue. His tongue was full of worms. He said, this is the result of what I did. He could feel it. So it has come to that. Doctors were unable to help him in those days. And he finally breathed his last. Now, we come to another story. One day, our Balarama went along with a number of gopikas into a garden and he had a picnic along with them. There was a very big monkey. It was called a Dvivida. It belonged to the Ramayana days. What happened was, Rama, when he finally wanted to leave his body, he went to the Saryu river and he said, let all people come along with me. Whoever comes, I will take them to my land. my world, Saketa Nagari, Saketa. I will take them along with me. They will all get moksha. So, all the inhabitants of Ayodhya followed Ram and was going forward into the river. And he deputed this monkey, Dvida, you please be at the end and see that nobody is left out. When he turned his face and he found that nobody was there, when he turned back, all these people have already gone inside, nobody was seen, he doesn't know how to go in. So he was left out. So he was very, very angry against the Lord. He said, I will take vengeance if ever I see him. The moment he saw Balarama, he recognized, yes, this is the Lord incarnation. So I will deal with him. Then he began to play pranks with those gopikas and he tried to vex them and annoy them. Balarama couldn't tolerate it. He had two weapons. One is the pestle. What is a pestle? Musal, the one through which they will pound the rice and pound the gemu, all these things, pound the wheat in the mortar. The mortar is the big one. In that they will have a circular, long stick like, very circular, very thick. And with that they will be pounding. And that stick is called musal. This known as pestle. So, with his pestle, he finished that Dvida, the Vanara, the monkey. But as the Lord himself killed it, it got its moksha. So it was not deprived of it finally. And then the other one was, Duryodhana had a daughter called Lakshmana. He called her Swayamvara. Swayamvara means where all the kings get assembled and the lady will walk. Along with her,